Hello! Today we will watch how to bottle beer using a beer gun and how to bottle it using iTap. Surely you've heard a lot about counter pressure bottle filling, and I will show you that it can be done very differently, and in the end you can decide which option is the best for you. First, let's see how they bottle beer using a beer gun. So,
first of all, I want to try this out as well. Oh, that was nice. Let's put it there. So the CO2 comes from the thumb side switch, and it's 5 seconds that you need to push it for this size of a bottle. The 5 seconds goes rather fast. With quick motion, get the beer running. Oh yeah. Okay, so I fucked this up. Because, yeah. I should have.
Just can you see how much foam there is in the bottle, and can you see that he's not comfortable? His both hands are busy, and I just wonder where will the excess foam, the excess drainage will go. I think that he will need to clean up the space afterwards.
Started with a glass jar or whatever, something else anyway, to kind of get it going, because now there was the empty space in the line, so it bubbled. So not a perfect example. Fill it all the way up, and then purge the headspace. There we go.
Well, he clearly did fill the bottle, but can you imagine how much drainage there will be after bottling just one case of bottles? And probably he has to bottle a lot more than one case. Okay, let's see another one. Well, this guy obviously has thought about the mess, and I think that his wife would be much happier about the situation after he's done with the bottling.
I mean, it's easy cleanup when I'm done. I just close the front end and run the dishes. So, let's get rolling here.
Look, he already has the mess. He has some towels on the floor, I think to clean up all the drainage, all the foaming. Well, let's see how it goes. Okay, nothing happens. Finally, he has
remember,
a beer gun.
You want to purge the air out of the bottles. So stick your beer gun inside, press the CO2 button, and hold it for about 2 to 5 seconds.
Okay, he's purging the bottle, but look, there's a lot of space for new oxygen to come inside the bottle, so how effective is it? I really wonder.
When you're done, fill it up with beer. Pull that lever and let it fill. If your bottles are filled with bubbles from your Star Sand sanitizer, don't worry about it. If you don't want it in there, then just keep on filling until you see all that beer just come out over top and push that foam out. With this being a bomber, it's going to take quite a while.
It really takes a lot of time.
Typically, you'd be filling up to 12 ounces, unless you want to be like me and just give everybody a big treat for Christmas.
How many bottles per hour can you bottle using a beer gun? Because I know that using another device that I will show you in a minute, you can bottle up to 60 bottles per hour, and you can easily use like 2 taps at once. While you fill one bottle, you can install another bottle, and then you can switch between 2 taps, and you can easily fill and cap like 120 bottles per hour. And how many bottles can you fill using a beer gun? Tell me.
Pull it out, stick your beer gun inside your sanitizer, which I have off the camera there. Then you want to grab a sanitized cap, placed it.
Okay, so now you see that he has his bottles, he has all this mess, and later he will need to clean it up. Well, it must be working, but I wonder if it can be done better. Let's see. Oh, that's another video showing a beer gun. Let's take a look.
Here. So again, you have your CO2 pull trigger for your beer, and I have beer hooked up to this right now, so that can go in a bottle like a purge, CO2, and then fill from the bottom. So it's filling right now. Pull the trigger.
Again, he purged the bottle. Well done. But there's a lot of space for the new oxygen to come inside this bottle. So what's the point of purging this bottle? How much this bottle will stay fresh and carbonated when it's not sealed properly, when it's not purged? Well, it shouldn't be very long. I guess you have to drink up this bottle in like a few days, maybe 2 weeks, not longer.
Here. And, you know, it works extremely well. So here it goes. So I got a good fill right there. Just take it out. I usually put it in a bucket of star sand.
I haven't seen all this mess. Like, that's just from one bottle. And imagine, he has a whole keg. The bottle is like 50, 60 bottles, or maybe more, depending on his keg. And that's awful. Now I will show you another way, or like a few ways. That's from Moscow Homebrew. I guess you've heard of them. If not, well, you should definitely visit the YouTube channel and Instagram as well.
Hook it up right through here. There's like a rubber gasket fits around the neck of the bottle. We're going to twist this, and that's going to lock it in, push it against this O-ring that's up here. That's going to seal it. So then we're going to purge it with CO2, all right? Then you can use this valve to let out, you know, whatever oxygen's left in the bottle after you're purging the CO2.
Do you see? He pressed this button to purge the bottle with CO2. Now he opens this valve to release the air from the bottle. So all the oxygen that was in the bottle was replaced with CO2. He released all the oxygen, right? And he can really press it again to purge it even further. And I know that if the bottles are really clean and you purge it like 1, 2, 3 times, the beer can stay freshly carbonated. It will remain in taste for months, in some cases for a year if your bottles are really clean. So that's really working.
What I like to do, and then purge it again, that puts pressure in the bottle. Then pull this, that's going to let the beer come out, and then slowly let this, turn this, I guess, nut, and that's going to let what we have right now, cider, fill the bottle. So the liquid's actually filling on the outsides of the bottle. That's also going to prevent a lot of foam from forming in the bottle.
This is a very nice example of filling a bottle, and as he explains, the beer comes on the sides of the bottle, so it's very interesting and it's very effective.
Once we get about halfway up the neck, we're going to shut the main tap off. You could get a little bit of foam. You're probably going to get a little foam once you let this nut, release this nut a little bit. I like to hit it with another thing of CO2 real quick, just to blanket it on top. You can close it or you can leave it open. I like to leave it open. That lets some of the pressure out. Undo the bottle. Then we're going to cap it real quick. The cap should be in sanitizer, but and you have your bottled cider.
So he bottled his cider, he's done it well, and have you seen any mess on the floor? I didn't, and you know why? So there wasn't any foam on the floor because iTap has special tubes that lead the drainage into a special container that you're using. So that's a very great option when you don't like the messy, when you don't want to clean it up afterwards, because you're already doing your job. You brewed the beer, you're bottling it, and well, now it's time to enjoy what you've made and not clean it up like, I don't know. There should be better ways to bottle your beer than constantly cleaning your floor afterwards. So let's see another great example of using iTap. This is an example from an Italian user, and let's see how he's done it. So quickly let's point out that he's built his own beer stand. He just screwed his iTap to a board and it works well. Here it is his cooler, I guess, and all the beer is coming directly from the cooler to the iTap. Here in this talk the beer flow is hidden, and now he has another two tubes. I think that this one that goes down is for the drainage and the other one is for CO2. So let's see.
A contatto con la guarnizione per avere un'unione perfettamente sigillata. Premiamo il pulsante rosso per saturare la bottiglia di CO2. Dopodiché ruotiamo la leva posta sulla sinistra.
So he purged the bottle. Now he's turning this valve to release all the oxygen that was in the bottle.
Dell'iTap per desaturare la bottiglia. Ripetiamo l'operazione. Saturiamo e desaturiamo.
Now he repeats it, and I guess that this beer bottles with iTap will stay fresh and carbonated for at least like a few months, and if he cleans his bottles and caps very well, it can be kept fresh and carbonated for up to a year. It's very great when you are bottling your craft brew and you're going to sell it in the shops, and that's a very great option. You really need only this much space in your brewery, and you already have a tap that makes professional bottling, and all of that is like for $100. That's amazing, I suppose. Don't you agree?
A questo punto risaturiamo la bottiglia e abbassiamo la leva dell'erogazione della birra. Chiaramente notiamo che a parte qualche goccia non entra la birra all'interno della bottiglia. Questo perché troviamo un equilibrio tra la pressione.
Well, I love that he's put a lamp just behind the bottle so we can see perfectly how the filling goes and how the beer flows on the sides of the bottles. That's really something unique. I've only seen it with iTap, and other bottlers don't do that. That's very interesting, I guess.
La bottiglia e la pressione del keg. Per procedere al riempimento dobbiamo aprire leggermente la valvola farfalla posta lateralmente in modo da sfiatare la pressione presente nella bottiglia e permettere alla birra di entrare. Non appena arriveremo al livello ottimale di riempimento, chiudiamo la valvola laterale e alziamo la leva per chiudere l'ingresso alla birra. A questo punto non rimane che aprire il rubinetto laterale per togliere la pressione residuale.
Well, he's done it really well. Let's see.
All'interno della bottiglia. Ora non rimane altro che ruotare.
Alright, he has a foam cap in the bottleneck, and it's great because when he pulls the bottle out from the iTap, this foam will eliminate any contact with oxygen. Then he will cap it, and after a while the foam will disappear and you will have your beer in a bottle and there will be no oxygen in it. That's great.
Notare la leva del supporto ed estrarre la bottiglia. Si può notare che la schiuma arriva fino in cima al collo della bottiglia, quindi possiamo andare direttamente alla tappatrice senza dover effettuare il jetting. E questa è una bottiglia perfettamente tappata.
Well, that's great. A really good example of how you can bottle your beer two ways. First using a beer gun and then using an iTap. And I can tell you that we've done the math. When you are switching from a beer gun to an iTap, you minimize the foaming, you minimize the drainage, and when you minimize the drainage, you minimize your costs. So imagine when you stop losing all the beer in drainage, you are saving this beer. You can bottle this beer, you can drink it, you can sell it, you name it. So after bottling just one keg of beer, it pays off. The switch from a beer gun to a tap, it pays off after bottling just one keg of beer because you minimize the drainage losses. I think that's awesome. That's amazing. And if you want to try it on your own, if you are using a beer gun or if you're using any other kind of bottling method, tell me in the comments or direct our company directly. I will leave all the contacts below in the description. So you contact me. My name is Marina. You can say that you can talk directly to me or you can talk to any other managers in our team. And if you convince us that you are the one who should get an iTap ASAP, that you can test it, you can review it, you can, I don't know, tell every homebrewer friend, every fellow brewer in your area about iTap, let's work together. Our mission is to tell all the brewers in the world that you can bottle your beer very efficiently right in your brewery, right in your home brewery, right in your kitchen. And that's amazing. And moreover, since the pandemic started, the consumption of beer rocketed, and not like any beer, the consumption of bottled beer. So I suppose you already know it, and I guess that you've been already looking for new ways to bottle your beer, and iTap will help you with that. Okay, see you soon!